So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, the Spanish really have been churning out some genuine quality at left back, and this guy, Alex Grimaldo, is another one of them. I think the modern game has allowed him to do what fullbacks are doing generally. They're thriving in terms of getting forward, getting into deep opposition space, and he's one that can't resist any opportunity to make those penetrating runs.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Grimaldo. There's the delivery. Oh, great leap! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, there's leadership for you. That's what the armband means for him, setting the perfect example, the perfect tone. Tremendous.
Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine, fine header.
Oh, it's a fantastic assist as well, Peter. Delivered at pace, the diversion, that's all that was needed.
Vietnam finding themselves unexpectedly behind. A probing pass. Cherki. And it's Musiala. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Played out wide. Japan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. And he's managed to get free. Thinks about the shot. Out towards the flank.
Japan clearly are looking formidable down that left-hand side, the current supply route.
And he shoots! Szoboszlai. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Haaland. Played out to the left flank. Oh, strongly challenged there. Can he spark a counter here? Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's shifting through the gears here, and a shot! Musiala! Amazing! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They are purring, truly purring! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Japan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Japan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And it's Soboslai. Good running, strong and purposeful. Hernandez picks it up out wide. This looks promising. Plays it across. Deftly away. Gusto. Rashford. Hakimi. Now, can they get him away? Good read, needed to be. Gusto. Now that looks a decent ball. Hernandez with a definite fell there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Haaland tries to play it through. Eder Militao calmly anticipates. Looking to play him in. Haaland, he has found the way through. Musiala looking understandably energised after his goal. Looking for the run. Vinicius Junior receives it in a good position here. Vinicius Junior showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Vietnam have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Rashford! Goal! That is a super smooth goal. Beautiful manoeuvring of the ball and splendid authority in the finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Vietnam cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
And it's Rice. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Rice for Szoboszlai. And here's Vinicius Junior. Szoboszlai. Oh, nice touch. De Bruyne. And it's Rice. Looking for options for movement. Musiala. And Cherki. Cherki powering forward here. De Bruyne. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's having a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Vinicius Junior. And that is the end of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Japan ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. So right back into the action. Chouameni. And here's Vinicius Junior. Haaland! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. That's very neat. An instinctive delivery. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Has to go back here. Knocks it out wide. Now it's Rashford. Oh, that's nice. No way through, so back it comes. Rice unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He's on it. Can he get away? And he's got away from him. Rudiger gets it clear. Cherky. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, that shoots! And it's in! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Japan now in a position far more desirable.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
He's found a way through. Tries a shot! Szoboszlai.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
And here's Rashford.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gusto.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And here's Thuram. Oh, that's a fine interception. Rice. Threads one in. Now, this could be a chance. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And he's picked out the run. He's picked his way through. That's destined for the flank. Crosses it in here. Oh, well played. Nicely spread. And the counter is on. Now it's Haaland. Oh, nicely intercepted. Tries to pass it through. Couldn't squeeze it through. De Bruyne. Haaland. Passing is crisp and sharp. Plays a sharp little ball here. Yep, it's a corner. Vietnam have their second corner now. Thuram. Japan are looking to go forward now. And the through ball. And that pass just didn't quite work. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Rashford. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, that's fabulous. He's having a hit! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that would have been game, set and match.
Haaland is fully aware of how important that could have been. Probably game, set and match.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Oh, crossbar! And now they can spring out of defence. Can he get it through? Locatelli knocks it into space. It's a promising position. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, well played, well sorted out. He is through here. Gravenberg. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Haaland. And it's Kimmich.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Haaland. Locatelli. Bit too much weight on the pass. Ødegaard. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Ødegaard. Passes coming off in quick succession here. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, good. Real chance! Fantastic from Ødegaard! A finish right from the top draw! With so little time left! Grandstand finish!
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable, and he duly lobbed him.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Big chance! And he's straight offside. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We are just getting started. And it's Bellingham. That is a brilliant interception. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. That's a pretty loose pass. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, this lad, Dominic Szoboszlai, is someone I'm going to keep an eye on here. I like the fact that he's one of the cleanest strikers of the ball, which really shows in both.
He's having a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Vietnam with the corner. They're first. They've played it short. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And he's heaved it away. Bellingham. For Rice. And the pass is intercepted. Played through into space. Now it's Thuram. He's shifting through the gears here. Bellingham. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Shapes to shoot! Goal! Japan! And Japan are in front! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Cherki, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Good running, strong and purposeful. Nice control. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Looking for options for movement. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that's a simple one for the keeper.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Bellingham is in a really good position out wide. Ødegaard, he's picked his way through. Not the most accurate pass. Good take, and is he in? Bruno Fernandes. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Bruno Fernandes. Dembele will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Dembele. Bruno Fernandes. Takes bullish header!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And it's Bellingham. And that's been won straight back. Has to go back here. Szoboszlai. Bellingham. Japan looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Oh, that's fabulous. Cherki. And it's Chouameni. Rice wins the duel this time. Cherki. And the counter is on. Thuram receives it in a wide position. Tries to play it through. Chance for a shot! And that's a tidy finish. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. How very smart. He just got it right.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So that's 2 now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Cherki. Szoboszlai. So what can they make of this? And that brings the first half to a close.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Japan looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time. So let's get the ball rolling. Grimaldo. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Ødegaard. Great vision. And it's made its way to him. Pressure stays on. It is a corner. This their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Great ball, and he's in here. Good challenge. Excellent challenge. And now a sudden chance to counter. Szoboszlai. Picked out brilliantly. Japan can breathe again. Just.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Now it's Bellingham. Szoboszlai. It's Vinicius Junior. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now it's Haaland. And they win it back again. Early stages of the second half, and still 2 between them. Bellingham. Now it's Ødegaard. Great defending, strong and determined. Cherki. Vietnam are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And here's Ødegaard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Bellingham receives it in a good position here. Chouameni. Hakimi looking to hit the byline here. A lot of space ahead of him. Cleared without hesitation. Can he get on the end of this? And he's gone backward here. Oh, good ball. Dembele looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Threads one in. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Szoboszlai. Haaland.
Japan are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Cherki running with intent. And it's Grimaldo. He is just caressing the ball. Szoboszlai. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Tchouaméni tries to pass it through. He's in plenty of space here. And that has been cleared. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bellingham. Tchouaméni. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cherki. Looking to play him in. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. This looks promising. And it's been shipped out wide. Rice. And here's Haaland. Not the most convincing of passes. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Gusto. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Passes short and sharp. Shot and a chance! Oh, super goal! About as smooth as it gets. It's all becoming so easy. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Ødegaard. Nicely weighted ball. He is through here. Cherki short changes him with that pass. Looking for the... Can he finish? Oh, extraordinary. And that is the final whistle. Japan looking by any yardstick formidable, truly enjoyable to watch and clearly so together. That was a terrific day for them. Thuram taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Japan definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So things are underway. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Thuram. Strokes it back. Might be danger here.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that's been intercepted.
That's great.
Oh, shooting chance! Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, Aurelien Tchouameni is someone I see as being a real tour de force in that midfield. He's a tireless worker. I've heard so many people say he's just a nightmare to try and get away from. A real destroyer whose abilities on the counter press are very potent.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fact. Great chance! And again! And it's a goal! Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Thuram.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And it's Bellingham. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Szoboszlai. Rice.
Vietnam really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Szoboszlai! Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Thuram. And it's Bellingham. And that's a good ball. Real chance!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Bellingham has created one goal already. Bellingham. Cherki. He's shifting through the gears here. Cherki going face-to-face with his great rival. Gusto. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Japan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Bruno Fernandes with the short one. Gusto gets a cross in. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that is one way to stop him. Played down the flank.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Sanchez. Cherki might just make this. Rice. Nicely weighted ball. Thuram! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Thuram actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Sanchez is there, and he can get that clear. Can he finish? Has another go! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. That's going to go a long way. And it's Soboslai.
Japan truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Cherki. Haaland. Haaland. Looking for the run. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Rice. Hakimi. Chouameni. Threads one in. Can he get it through? Now that's a fine challenge. And for the first half, that is that. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Japan come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So let's get the ball rolling.
Japan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Cherki.
Vietnam are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Now it's Vinicius Junior, looking to play him in. He's in plenty of space here. He's having a shot! And a neat finish! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Haaland just did brilliantly to get that under control before what was a really good finish from me too. He made it all look so effortless as well.
Vietnam are now... He's having a hit!
Thuram made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
Gusto. And it's Bellingham. No, again there's no way through. Szoboszlai. And they can counter here. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Cherki.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Now it's Thuram. Rice promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Vinicius Junior. O'Reilly. And here's Haaland. Works it forward. This is a promising build-up. Haaland. Ah, looks a smashing ball. Ah, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. So the perfect chance to get one back. Now there's a chance, surely! Oh, denied brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Vietnam are looking to go forward now. Hakimi. And it's Rice. Eder Militao. Hakimi. Bellingham. And that has found him in acres of space. Thuram. Can he finish? And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Japan, perhaps contemplating their next change here. Eder Militao is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief.
There's the header! Oh, good finish! Just one in it now.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Now it's Thuram. No way through, so back it comes. Decent chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught napping.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Played into space.
Vietnam surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most
Shot a goal! And yes, it's there! How very smart. He just got it right.
Haaland really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Opts to play it back. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Now, can they get him away? Just 5 minutes left. O'Reilly. And here's Mbappe for Szoboszlai. Mbappe is in a really good position out wide. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Szoboszlai. De Ketelaere. 4 extra minutes added on. Aimed at the far side. Vietnam clearly now in lead preservation mode. And it's De Bruyne. And that pass just didn't quite work. Aimed beyond the defence. And the shot! That was... So that's it. It is all over. Japan were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So straight into the action. Eder Militao gets his final warning.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Now that looks a decent chance! It's there! So a breakthrough already. Eder Militao. Now it's Szoboszlai. No luck with that dink over the top. Bellingham. Plays a sharp little ball here. Can he finish? Bruno Fernandes. Played back towards his own goal. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Vinicius Junior. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And here's Thuram. He's picked his way through. A hefty challenge, but fair enough. Hakimi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Nicely weighted ball. Rice. Japan are behind here despite their domination of possession. Can he get onto this? Eder Militao.
Japan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Knocks it into space. Now it's Haaland. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Japan really could have done without this. This for genuine comfort. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Vietnam are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Now this could be a chance. Thuram's cross. Oh, great leap! And it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Vietnam are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defence.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, good finish. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Bruno Fernandes, upright and purposeful. Bruno Fernandes with the delivery. And he's taking no chances there. Played back in.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
O'Reilly. Szoboszlai. O'Reilly. Vinicius Junior. He's got away. Bruno Fernandes. And he's cut it out. Thuram. Bellingham. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Haaland. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Haaland. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Bruno Fernandes. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Oh, that looks a good ball through. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Rice. Oh, super ball. Thuram! Chouameni attempts a clearance. Thuram. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Japan have a free kick. No second thought, a straight red card. Vietnam are down to 10 men.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. This possibly the last play of the half. Cherky goes short. Alex and a header! And for the first half, that is that. A thrilling end to the half there, one that very nearly changed the complexion of this game completely. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Down to business again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
He's on it. Can he get away? Sanchez is there, and he can get that clear. Rice. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Good ball. Good take. Thuram. And he's managed to get free. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Grimaldo having a look. This then an ideal chance to cut the deficit. Look at the and a chance! And he's there to clear it. And it's Bellingham. And he was alert to it. Szoboszlai. Hakimi.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Bellingham. Vietnam are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly when...
Bruno Fernandes! It's a goal! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. All of a sudden, we have a game here.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Hakimi looking for the run. Haaland looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Oh, nice touch.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Japan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
That's a nicely weighted pass. Grimaldo getting this one clear. Aimed beyond the defence. That's put paid to the danger. Shin to... Oh, that's clear cut. It's a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. That's really well cleared. O'Reilly, who's set up one goal so far. Japan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Now it's Grafenberg, and here's Haaland. Hakimi is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Gusto. Just about up to 75 minutes. Courtois punts it upfield. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Thuram picked out decent chance! And that's a good finish. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, now they've saved themselves. You can really sense a change in the whole atmosphere here. It's going to be pretty manic from now to the final whistle.
He's had a shot! And that's a tidy finish. And they get themselves in front. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this. Might want to be careful there.
Musiala. Alvarez. And he's heaved it away.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And that's been slipped through. No, he's had it taken off him. Haaland was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And no surprise, that's a booking. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Kimmich. And it's Chouameni. Chouameni. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Ødegaard with the clearance. He's gone forward. Can he get it through? He's found space here. And it's Chouameni. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Oh, that's neat.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Now that's well seen too. Havertz. Alvarez. Haaland. He's having a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And there goes their last chance. Japan can justifiably find this a hard one. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Haaland! Sensational from Haaland! A finish of true class! And what a start!
Well, talking about stepping things up from the off, that's how you start a football match.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Played out wide. It's a promising position. And that's going wide left. Always onto this. He has found the way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Bruno Fernandes. Bellingham, played out towards the right wing, delivers chance! Oh, should really have made more of that.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Japan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Bruno Fernandes goes short. The ball goes in. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And he's there to get it away. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Now it's Thuram, and it's Bellingham. And that's a really buccaneering run he's making. He saw the danger. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. This then to draw level. A formality, we're level. Not a twitch, not a blink.
A picture of confidence, that was never missing.
Japan restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Bellingham. Now it's Haaland. Bellingham. He can run onto that. No, it's come to nothing. Pass somewhat off target. Tries to pass it through. And that pass just didn't quite work. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Picked out brilliantly, and the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, what has happened here? Out of play for a throw. And he's picked it up out wide. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. 30 minutes gone. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Chouameni. Cherki. Cherki. Good driving run. Showing good feet. Alex Grim. And a header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Thuram. Not the most accurate pass. Thuram is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Thuram. Knocks it out wide. Alex Grim. He's rising! Same attempt, same outcome. It threatens little.
Japan really can do themselves a massive favour by making good use of this spell now.
Gusto. Cherky going after that. And it's Grimaldo. Grimaldo. Oh, sweet feet. That's a good ball. He's had a shot! Off target by a whisker. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rice. He's found a way through. Can he get it through? Oh, super ball. And that's played in low. That's a decent clearance. Out towards the flank. Crossed in once more. Impressive jump. And that's a good finish. And they're back in front. Utterly And that is all they have time for. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Japan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Gusto. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Bellingham. And it's Soboslai. O'Reilly is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Nice looking ball. Space for him to turn and look. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And the finish! And there's a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. What a moment of brilliance, control and perfect accuracy.
You know, the chest control was a really wise move. That created the route to goal.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
That's a good foray he's making. Ball comes in. And now they can clear their lines. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And that is well cleared. Cherky ploughing through the middle.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Grimaldo gets into a good position. Now the ball in.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
O'Reilly.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Cherky. Haaland being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And it's getting up there! Oh, crossbar! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
So we have movement on both benches. O'Reilly. Now then, the ball's come loose. Japan, perhaps contemplating their next change here. Chouameni. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Foot in. O'Reilly clears without hesitation. Eder Militao knocks it out wide. Mendes picks it up out wide. That's going across goal. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Goes for a shot! Another one of football's and how moments.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if they were just one down, as opposed to two.
This their second corner of the game. Soboslai plays it short. Nuno Mendes with the cross. Well, there's the clearance. Mbappe clears. And it's Mendes. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's an inviting-looking ball, that. He's in a great position here. So much time and space here. O'Reilly. O'Reilly has been caught there. It's a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Mbappe! Crosses it in. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Out for a throw. The ball's swung in. Keeper's dealt with that. Can he spark a counter here? Gusto. And the number on the board is 3. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Good ball, good take. Sanchez. Szoboszlai.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Can he get on the end of this? And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Japan were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway. Chance for a shot! And he should have made them pay.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Brazil have produced some of the best centre-halves around, and I think Militao is up there in that lineage, Peter. He's very quick and aggressive, and while he does have the odd mistake in him, or certainly did in his earlier career, he's maturing fast and he's easing that out of his game, and
he leaps for it! Goal! Japan! It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So, a breakthrough already. That's a sharp pass. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Bellingham. And here's Haaland. Now, this could be a chance. No way through, so Bellingham! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Bellingham is offering a wry smile there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Cleared without hesitation. O'Reilly. And he's hit. And the shot! And it's been hooked away. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And here's Bellingham! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there, Peter. Did he get caught admiring his own first touch, maybe?
And it's Grimaldo. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rice. Japan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Chouameni. Searching passes played there. Rice. Passing is crisp and sharp. Gusto. Passing nice and neat. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Great defending, strong and determined. Vinicius Junior. Bruno Fernandes. Haaland. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Haaland.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Eder Militao gets over and intercepts. Bellingham is herring after that one. Now, what about a counter-attack? Cherki. Played out to the left flank. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Corner number 2 then. Cherki plays it short. Referee has taken his time, but it is going to be another corner. So, third corner of the game. And it's been taken short. And he whips it in. Vinicius Junior clears it away. And it's Gusto.
Pretty robust defending.
Hakimi.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Haaland. He shifted it to the flank. He's found a way through. And he's only too happy to take that back. Bruno Fernandes carries the ball down the right. Gusto, who does have an assist to his name.
Japan can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Lewandowski. Bellingham. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's picked his way through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Lewandowski going after that. Cherki. Well, that has not gone well. Haaland. Haaland charging forward, the ball at his feet. And it's Bellingham. And Cherki wriggles his way through. He's on it. Can he get away? Cherki! And this could be the final action of the first half. They've played it short. Gusto. Great vision. Hangs one in. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Japan go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Japan just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Japan currently ahead by the smallest of margins. And it's Bellingham. That's a pretty loose pass. Eder Militao. Grimaldo. Threads one in. Bellingham providing an outlet on that flank. Terrific effort! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Chouameni. Eder Militao. Sanchez. Oh, some tackle that. Haaland. Szoboszlai. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Sanchez. This is a promising build-up. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Oh, no question, that's a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Vietnam can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Vietnam really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
No way through. Aimed beyond the defence. Grimaldo. Alex Grimaldo. He's rising! Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. De Bruyne. Good ball, good take. Looks across and plays it in. Out towards the flank. Lovely bit of skill. And that is headed for the middle. Eder Militao clears without hesitation. And it's Szoboszlai. And here's De Bruyne. Chouameni.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And Cherki. Grimaldo looking to pass their way up the pitch. Bruno Fernandes closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Cross deflected behind for a corner. They're up to 5 corners now. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And now they can spring out of defence. Haaland. No, again there's no way through. And it's Bellingham. Now it's Haaland. Goes looking wide. Incoming. Gets his head on it! Goal! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Japan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Japan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Now there are plenty in the middle waiting for this.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Havertz. Martinelli. Oh, no joy this time. Kimmich.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
To Havertz. And it's Locatelli. Locatelli ploughing through the middle. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Can he get on the end of this? Haaland! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. It's all becoming so easy. The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Musiala.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Alvarez. Now it's Havertz. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Not much doubt about who's going to take this one. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Picked out brilliantly. And the finish! And how did he not make it 4? And that is that. Japan really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We're up and running then. Oh, good climb! Goal! Japan! The first significant strike. Devoid of any complexity, but boy was that certain.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
And here's Vinicius Junior. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, this looks sharp. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Haaland. Chouameni. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. He's in plenty of space here. Cherki. And it's Bellingham. Japan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. And it's Bellingham. Rice. Bellingham. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Bellingham. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Thuram. Japan currently a goal to the good and with the lion's share of the ball. Bellingham. It's played through for him. He's shifting through the gears here. He's being urged. Great chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Japan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And it's been taken short. Lofted it. Terrific effort! And that's a sharp finish. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And now he has 2. Japan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that is a little undercooked. Cherki. Bellingham. Here's Chouameni. Ah, that's a fine interception. Thuram. Nicely weighted ball. Haaland. Bellingham! Goal! Back within 1. They have them in their sights again. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Haaland. And here's Thuram. And And he's played it back. Plays a sharp little ball here. It's a goal kick. Japan heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Great vision. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And it's Bruno Fernandes. Great defending, strong and determined. Cherki, Chouameni, whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Vinicius Junior. That's very neat. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Bellingham. And he's there to belt it away. Thuram. And that brings the first half to a close. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Japan ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. So straight into the second half. Japan do have a chance to counter here. Bellingham. And it's Grimaldo. Bellingham, given the lift of his goal. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bruno Fernandes. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Van Dijk. Bruno Fernandes. And it's made its way to him. Tries to pass it through. Can he get on the end of this? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Corner number 2 then. Cherki. He's having a pop! And again! It's in!
There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
Japan go up by 2 and are looking good.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
No, he's had it taken off him.
That's tidy. It's out for a goal kick.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now that's well seen too. Cherki. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And it's Lewandowski. O'Reilly threads one in. Haaland! And that is well cleared. Bellingham. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Haaland. Now that looks a decent ball. He's having a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Complete awareness, he understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found the pocket.
So now the difference is 3.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Ødegaard, spread to the right. And he was quick to react. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. He is through here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Bellingham, played out to the left flank. Van Dijk. Rice. Tries to play it through. Now it's Mbappe. He's picked shapes to shoot! Bruno Fernandes. Here's Haaland. Cherki.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, sweet feet.
He's in a great position here. Cherki! Has another go! Lewandowski. Haaland. Aimed beyond the defence. Looking for the run. Oh, nicely intercepted. Gusto. And the number on the board is 3. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Thuram. That is ended up in no man's land.
And the referee brings it to a close.
Japan really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left them. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, I'm really impressed with this guy, Jude Bellingham, for one so young.
Oh, shooting chance! No, just not quite. Passing is crisp and sharp. Bellingham. Rice. Japan are looking to break at pace. Odegaard. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Great vision. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? That'll be a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Oh, that's an excellent interception. Tries to get it clear. Japan are looking to go forward now. Looking for options for movement. Chance to deliver.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Plays a sharp little ball here. He's got away. Can he get on the end of this? Vinicius Junior is flagged offside. Eder Militao. Japan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Oh, good take in a good area. And the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's found a way through. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Vinicius Junior. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Oh, no messing about. It is red. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Yes, sadly he knew exactly what he was doing and he had to go with the risk.
It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this.
Someone's eyeing this up with real belief here.
And it's Rice. Can he finish? Superb from Rice! A finish right from the top draw! And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
So the first moment of real significance.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Shubaslai. Nicely weighted ball. Big chance! Oh, how's that for a goal? That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they're threatening to fly away here.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Vietnam are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Swings in across. Gabriel with the clearance. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And they win it back again.
Vietnam definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
He's on it. Can he get away? Hoist it in. Chouameni. Japan are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Japan making some potentially decisive changes. They weren't waiting around. Ødegaard. Now it's Ødegaard. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's shifting through the gears here. Takes a shot! And they're quick to get it back. Cleared without hesitation. Vinicius Junior. That's beautifully weighted. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball.
Vietnam have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Rice. Bellingham. Cherki. That's the end of the first 45. Where do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, Peter, there's no doubting that the situation is quite bleak when you're not only losing, but a man down as well. And while the break is most welcome in giving the opportunity for the players to regroup, there's no doubting that the next 45 minutes are going to be extremely difficult.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very... And it's been given away. Vinicius Junior! That's going to go a long way.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Now who's going to be first to this? Hakimi. And Gabriel. Now he's got space here. Can he get onto this? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Played out to the left flank. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Haaland being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Looking for the run, thinks about the shot. Thuram was... Oh no, this does not look good. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Rice. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Japan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Now that looks a decent ball. Chance, surely! Pinged towards the front line. Oh, can he get onto this? Hakimi. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Cherki. And it's Bellingham. And he's played it back. Cherki. Cherki! And he's stuck it away. Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So we have movement on both benches. Japan cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And he's lost his man here. And a chance! And he gets rid in a hurry. And one more try! Well, that is remarkable.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Gravenberg. Gabriel. Szoboszlai. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That's destined for the flank. Musiala going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Szoboszlai, and he's managed to get free. Szoboszlai. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Half an hour gone in the second half. And here's Haaland. Oh, he's been caught. Tries a shot!
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Szoboszlai. He has found the way through. Oh, that's superb. Szoboszlai. Aimed beyond the defence. It's run loose here. Played in with purpose. And it's Szoboszlai. And De Bruyne! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Havertz. Oh, good climb. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Havertz running with the ball.
Japan really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Knocks it into space. This looks promising. Gets his head on it! Nearly, but not quite.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
That's a cute ball.
Oh, that's clever.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle.
Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic.
I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So we're very much on the way now. And he welcomes it in.
And the pass is intercepted.
Haaland! Oh, that was no routine save.
Haaland clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Japan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Cherky plays it short, tries to play it through, and it's played in. And now they can spring out of defence. Grimaldo. That'll be a throw. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Gusto. He is just caressing the ball. He's on it. Can he get away? Showing good feet. Played out towards the right wing. Back where it came from.
Ah, he's given it away.
And that's gone loose. Oh, great chance! And that is a little undercooked.
Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I just love the positivity and attitude that Erling Haaland delivers on a football field. It's almost as if he's still on the training ground. And there's one little story in a game where he scored 4, but he was still angry. And asked why he was angry, he said, well, I missed one of my good chances. I think he's destined for greatness.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Grimaldo.
Cherky picks it up out wide. Gusto has it in a wide position.
Oh, important interception.
Now it's Haaland. Now it's Haaland. Sanchez. Cherky going after that. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Rice.
Great defending, strong and determined.
So it is still 0-0. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Sanchez. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Haaland.
Out towards the flank.
And he's quick to return it. Has a look up and delivers. He'll try from distance! Rice. That's a good run down the left. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, well played, well played. Grimaldo. Half an hour played now. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Cherky. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And Sanchez. Gusto. Gusto. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Gusto got a long way forward to join the attack. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Nicely weighted ball. And he cuts out the supply. Gravenberg. Rice in acres of space out wide. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Cherky. Oh, good-looking ball. And it's Bellingham. And Grimaldo. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Grimaldo. Szoboszlai. Can he get it through? Now it's Haaland. Eder Militao. Gusto. And we've reached half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. The second period is on the way.
Japan are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his halftime team talk. That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Gusto. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Hakimi. For Szoboszlai. Plays a sharp little ball here. Knocks it into space. And that is well cleared. That's good running with the ball. Cherki. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And here's Thuram. Oh, good read.
That was well played. Well stopped.
He's had a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. Gets a good foot in there. Gusto is there to clear. And they're quick to get it back. Looking for a runner. Haaland looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Now, can they get him all? He's having a shot! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So a couple of front-footed alterations here, a pair of forwards entering the field.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
And it's Gusto. Looking for the run. Well timed, excellent interception.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Bruno Fernandes. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Bellingham knocks it out wide. Threads one in. Gyökeres is onto this. Gusto gets a cross in.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Bellingham was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And here's a big chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Bellingham is offering a wry smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
They've played it short. Szoboszlai. Japan are looking to go forward now. Courtois punts it upfield. And it's Dembele. Havertz. Ødegaard. 75 minutes played. Mbappe. Ødegaard. Mbappe. Vietnam have their second corner now. Havertz gets it away.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here?
Shot a goal! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Sanchez. Grimaldo. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Aimed beyond.
It's Dembele! It's a goal! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So we have movement on both benches. Japan have taken the lead.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Looking to play him in.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Havertz proves just a little bit too strong. Very much into the last knockings. And it's Dembele. Chouameni. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Ah, lovely feeding is such a good mover. That is good progress on the left. Looking for options for movement. He's in plenty of space here. He's picked his way through. There's the shot! And a neat finish. And right near the end, we have parity. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. So all square with almost no time remaining. Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come. So let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
So here we go then, extra time is coming up. Into extra time we go. Japan pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious? Chouameni. Grimaldo. Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Alvarez. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Locatelli. Pass somewhat off target. Locatelli. To Havertz. Ødegaard proves too strong. And it's Grimaldo. And it's Tchouaméni.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
No way through, so back it comes. Bellingham. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tchouaméni. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Locatelli. Bellingham. Locatelli. So there's the whistle, and we will have a brief break. So neither side able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it.
Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act.
Eder Militao. Back where it came from. Mbappe. Dembele. Havertz has created one goal already. Great vision. Oh, that's well spotted. Mbappe. Locatelli.
Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Just eases him off the ball. Locatelli, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Good read, needed to be.
Chance here to counter. Well, that has not gone well. Grimaldo. And that has been cut short. That's destined for the flank. Opts for safety. Oh, played through for the wide man. Martinelli.
Oh, really well played.
He is through here.
Now it's Ødegaard. Drills one in. And that was very necessary. There it is, the whistle. No avoiding penalties. So after all of that, what can we say? fall short in the lottery that is the penalty shootout, as cruel as that is. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We are just getting started. Now it's Haaland. And there's his chance to lead the counter.
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Haaland. Chouameni. And it's Grimaldo. Now he's got space here. Pass somewhat off target. Gravenberg. And it's Soboslai. Out towards the flank. Back where it came from. Soboslai. And across. Cleared away. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. And they're quick to get it back. Knocks it into space. And the shot! And he couldn't finish.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Grimaldo. Quarter of an hour played. Japan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Gusto. He won't be happy with that one. Great vision. Vietnam are looking to break at pace. Neither of these two want to come off second best. The ball's gone astray. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Cherki and Grimaldo. Well read, nice interception. Haaland. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Ødegaard. And he welcomes it in. Ødegaard gets flagged offside. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Bruno Fernandes. Nicely shaped ball. De Ketelaere. Aimed beyond the defence. Now there's a fine ball. Vinicius Junior! It's there! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So the first goal of the game.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Defending was strong and firm. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's in a great position here. Ødegaard is onto this.
Japan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Grimaldo simply refused to be outdone there. De Ketelaere. And it's Grimaldo. And that's really well manoeuvred. Bellingham did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Looking for a runner. Threads one in. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Haaland. Cherki. Szoboszlai. Oh, played right into his path. Eder Militao. And it's Bruno Fernandes. To Bruno Fernandes. Gusto. To Bruno Fernandes. Vinicius Junior. And it's Soboslai. Oh, well measured. Now it's Haaland. Ødegaard. Bellingham receives it in a good position. And it's half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Japan finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Chouameni. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Can he get it through? Ødegaard spots it and intercepts. Vinicius Junior looking understandably energised after his goal. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Ødegaard. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Vinicius Junior will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Gusto. Haaland being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And he's lost his man here. Good claim. No margin for error there. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well timed, excellent interception. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. That is a great pick out. Well, that pass surprised everyone and not in a good way.
Japan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of...
Oh, good effort!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
De Ketelaere. Courtois breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. That is ended up in no man's land. Tries to pass it through. Good ball, good shot at goal! And again! And he's stuck it away! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
Vietnam are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Cherki and De Ketelaere. And that's another good win of the ball. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Can he get onto this? Eder Militao kept his eye on it, and he's there. Szoboszlai tries a cross. Well, that has not gone well. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, he's looked very lively. He really wants to put this game to bed. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
De Bruyne goes short. De Bruyne. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Japan have the chance to go the other way. Mendes scooting forward. Mendes, not one to pass up the chance to run at the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
Plays a sharp little ball here. He was under real pressure there.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Alvarez. And that interception was most necessary. Vicario gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Musiala. Now that looks a decent ball.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And he's there to clear it. Only partially clear. Vietnam are looking to go forward now. Oh, shooting chance! And that's in! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Japan give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
There you have it. The referee says that time is up. Japan, perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. Your reflections then, Jim?
Japan definitely struggled to get going. That was sensed by their support early on, and it just compounded the frustration.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.